Smyrna Tower, 267 Delta Charlie, ready at runway 1.
Number 267 Delta Charlie, Smyrna Tower, turn right on course, runway 1, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff for runway 1 to a right turn out 090, 267 Delta Charlie.
Hello, Sierra, Roger. And correction 7 Delta Charlie, Roger. There is a Diamond Star on about a small final from runway 32.
But you're looking too. He makes mistakes. You don't want to pull out of somebody who's getting ready to land.
We can go though.
Oh yeah, but like I said, you trust but verify.
Traffic departing runway 1 prior to your arrival via Diamond Star.
F5 Delta Sierra looking.
Hey, don't fight the throttle and the brakes.
Okay.
Remember I told you about that positive pressure on it. Lined up on 1. Remember, left turning tendency, you got to have a little right pressure. Alright, go ahead. Positive pressure.
Alright.
Off the brake, there you go.
We're at runway 1, ready to go.
Okay, now don't get nice and easy on the rudders, nice and easy. Don't start pressing on them a lot.
Runway 1,
You're trying to take off?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll it. Easy on the rudders there, Garfield.
Okay.
How you pushed real hard on the rudders?
Yeah.
Don't do that. This is what rotates it here, not the rudders. Woo. Yeah, I felt a lot of pressure for no reason. I don't know why you did that. Don't do that. Okay, what's VX?
68.
VY, excuse me, VY.
68.
Okay, that's what I want. And when you feel you're comfortable to turn out, you turn out. Okay, well, maintain your heading. Okay, let's go ahead and turn out. You got somebody behind you.
Remember 36 Bravo, so the flight runway heading, climb maintain 3000, runway 1, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading up to 3000, 6 Bravo Zulu.
KM6 Bravo Zulu, traffic on a 4 mile final, runway 32 is a Diamond Star, full stop.
6 Bravo Zulu, we'll get off quick.
5 Delta Zero, traffic departing runway 1 is a Beach Bonanza.
Yeah, Roger, that copy. I have eyes on him. 5 Delta Zero.
On the takeoff roll, you were too forceful. You're overcorrecting on the rudders.
Yeah.
It should be a constant pressure, a slight constant pressure to hold you on the center line. Don't start doing this, because as you get more and more speed, you'll get going like this and you'll lose control of it.
Right.
Nice and smooth. It's your baby. Treat it as such. Let me see your checklist for a second. I want to just double check something. Okay, after you take off, what does it say after, right here, at 400 AGL?
Flaps to cruise.
Okay, go ahead. Remember.
1 X-ray.
Ooh, you feel that thing.
And semi-clearance on request.
Tower 67 Delta Charlie, you call?
Delta Charlie, negative.
Delta Charlie.
Uh, 6 Bravo Zulu, now turn right heading 040.
Okay, remember going up to 3,000 if we can.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close on those clouds.
Yep.
6 Bravo Zulu at...
I don't think we're going to make it to 3,000.
You may be right. We're going to just test the limit.
Departure, have a good flight.
Bravo Zulu, switch to departure.
Starting to feel a little cooler air.
Yeah.
Check engines and instruments and lean above 3,000, which we're not going to get. So we're looking at our PSI, we're looking at our temperature.
Echo, clearance, we're ready.
Looking at our voltage. Got the EPU off.
1 Echo is cleared to 2.
Okay. You can go ahead and turn your landing lights off.
3,000, expect 7,000 within 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 1.4, squawk 0731.
Off course.
1 X-ray Echo, your Rebecca is correct.
090, there you go.
And airport 1, you can cross runway 19.
Let's go here for now. Level out 2,500. Okay, that's your first assignment. Cruise flight at 2,500 at a 090 heading. Still above all obstacles in the area. I'm going to give this back to you. want to put this where you want it?
Yeah.
I'm going to start 5 Delta Sierra, turn left next taxiway, crossway 1.
Wait, I got to go back up.
And Juliet.
Or no, I got to go. I don't know why I'm confused right now.
Alpha Juliet.
You tell me. Talk yourself through it. What was your assigned altitude? Did it?
2,500, and I'm at 2,900 right now.
Well, we're still, we're good here. We're good here. But level out here. 2,900.
Near the south end exit for a northwest departure.
Why would we do slow flight? Well, it could be, it's more of an academic exercise at first, but as you get ready to land, you go into slow flight. You start slowing it down to land. Now, are we going to slow it down to land as much as we're going to do today? No. But it's an academic exercise to realize, hey, this thing will still fly and hold an altitude even though I'm going 55 knots. So first we're going to slow you down to 60 knots. So it'll be something like this. ATC will come on and say, 7 Delta Charlie, reduce speed to 60 knots for spacing. You would respond.
So,
reduce speed 60 knots, Delta Charlie, or 7 Delta Charlie.
so reduce speed 60 knots, 267 Delta Charlie.
Once you get talking to them, let's truncate it to the last 3. 7 Delta Charlie.
All right.
Once you've been properly introduced, in other words, you've been talking to them.
Right.
You know, the first time you meet somebody, hey, I'm Dave Crow.
Right.
Now, every time we talk, I don't say, hey, I'm Dave Crow. I just
Right.
say, I'm Dave. That's how you're going to sign it. And always at the end. You always sign a letter at the end. You always sign a transmission at the end. Unless you're trying to get their attention, then you use it at the front. Okay, 60 knots. Maintain 2,900 at a heading of 090. And if you need help, I'm going to let you sort of play with it. And if not, I'll coach you. Right now, you're going to have to reduce the power a little bit. But a little bit, maybe a 100, 150 RPM. And that's gonna necessitate a pitch up to hold your altitude and lose airspeed. Now you're at 3,000. I'll accept 3,000. You're at 60 knots almost. Remember, it's tweaking. You're losing altitude, so pitch up. You're losing altitude.
I'm trying to stay at 2,900.
Okay, that's fine. And then there's your 60 knots.
All
So
right.
now you got to figure out what throttle setting will hold me here. You're going to have to give a little more now, because if not, you're going to lose.
911 X-ray Echo, Spontaneous, your hold position for release. Hold for release, 911 X-ray.
It does feel a little mushy.
Hey, it will. This is what sort of takes over.
I'll maintain 3,000, taxiway, Juliet, take off.
Maintain your altitude.
Takeoff will go right, 090 up to 2,000, 911 X-ray.
911 X-ray Echo, initial altitude will be 3,000.
Hear that stall warning going off.
Okay. Chirping.
Yeah, I just heard it.
Okay, good. Okay, now reduce speed to 55. Keep it coordinated down to 55. Now, this is approach to landing, so could you put flaps in if you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and put landing flaps in, and notice how the nose will come down a little bit. And also, your speed will slow down too, so you got to make some adjustments. 60 knots.
Starting to stall.
55 knots. Go ahead and put landing flaps in. Remember, I said versus landing configuration. Now, you got your altitude, and you got your, now slow it down just a little bit, so it's a tweaking of airspeed, throttle and pitch,
Holy shit.
1 X-ray Echo, contact Nashville departure, have a good flight, we'll see you.
Appreciate the update, Will.
Now you got to turn 90 degrees left.
90 degrees left.
Yep. Make it as shallow as you want, but make the turn. Hold your altitude. As you bank, you're going to have more throttle because your lift is going out the side. So it's going to try to sink on you. So you may have to give it a little more throttle. If it stalls, what's the first thing you do to correct it?
Neutralize the controls and what? Neutralize the controls, push the nose down?
Not necessarily neutralize the controls, but take the pressure off the yoke. In other words, let the yoke come forward.
Right.
Not necessarily neutralize it, because that could put you into a stall the other way.
Right.
Okay? Because when you start changing your ailerons, you change the pitch attitude of them. You want to lower the nose first. Once you get flying speed, then you can level out.
I definitely don't like flying slow.
Okay. But you're gonna realize this thing will fly slow. Now on landings, we'll slow it down to like 65 to 60 in a descent. Right now you're holding altitude. Now go into a 500 foot a minute descent at 60 knots. 500 foot a minute descent at 60 knots.
I can't find my VSI. I mean, I don't know where it's at on here.
Okay. Right here, there it is. Little bitty thing.
Okay.
What are you going to have to do to get it to come down?
Pull a little bit of power out.
Yep. And pitch, pull the power, but pitch for your 60 and pitch for your 500 foot a minute. Now you're 240, 210. It'll glide down nicely like this. There's your 500. Yeah. Good, see? Well under control. Like I said, your rudders are king though. Not your aileron. If you're falling off to the left, then you want to pick it up with the right. Good. Okay, climb back up to 3,000 and reconfigure.
Want me to stay at 60?
You can climb up a little faster if you'd like. But remember, you got full flaps in, so it's not going to want to climb with full flaps.
Put them all the way back to cruise at once or no?
No, not incrementally. You always hear the word incrementally. Because if not, what happens is you have a tremendous sink rate. There you go. Once it stabilizes, then you take the other duct.
Why does it feel like it's shuddering so bad?
Because you got it at high angle of attack and not full throttle.
Air 41, roger. Have a good day.
Okay, I have the airplane.
I have the controls.
I have the controls. Okay, we're getting sort of close to Lebanon. I'm going to let you relax for a minute. I'm going to turn to the right here. I'm looking. Going up to 3,000. Checking my parameters. I got plenty of flying speed. Thing just flash out?
Yeah.
It did, didn't it?
Literally just dropped off. My hands are sweating. Why did it knock out?
Don't know.
I've been having problems with it.
They have. Went out again, didn't it? Okay, let's mark time here. You have the airplane? Do you have the airplane?
I have the controls.
Okay. And at 52.9er, we lost the evolution, Aspen evolution.
Want me to pull some power out?
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. Okay, I have the controls. Okay, now if we want to stall this thing, like I said, and there's two ways to do it. It's power on and power off. We're going to do a power off. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce the power a little bit, and I'm going to put in take off flaps, and I'm going to ease back on the power, and I'm going to keep the nose up. I'm going to try to keep it coordinated as best I can, and I'm going to keep the nose up. You can see the airspeed bleeding off a little bit. I'm controlling it more with my rudders than I am, and I'm easing the power back. There's the stall warning horn, and I'm starting to get mushy. I'm keeping coming. See how I'm keeping the nose up? A lot of pressure on the nose. It's really mushy. Doesn't want to stall. It's just sort of hanging out there. There, it stalled. Without any power, it's recovering. But because I took the power, took the angle of attack off of it.
That airspeed jumped up.
Yeah. See, but the proper thing is let the nose down and give it power. Give me full power, and then climb up, get your altitude back, and then reconfigure. So we got our. Okay, we're going to reduce the power. We're going to do a little quicker sequence here. Reduce the power. We're in the white arc. Take off flaps. Slow it down. Your EFIS has come back up. Slow it down. I'm getting the power to idle. There's my stall warning horn. I'm enunciating stall warning horn. Trying to keep it wings level with the ailerons and rudder combination. Got the power back. Power to idle. Boom. Stalled. It ain't hardly gonna. You gotta really jerk back on it.
Traffic not available.
Okay, you have the airplane.
I have the controls.
See, this is. Now, what happens if you get cross control, when it does stall, it'll brake on you. It'll brake right up. You got to keep it coordinated.
It always wants to dive down to the left.
Well, it may seem that way. Why? Because that's where the torque's going. But I'm guaranteeing you, if you put too much right pressure on the rudder, it will go to the right. Okay, go ahead and just take a deep breath and set it up. First of all, we're doing our clearing turns. We're looking real good. We picked an emergency landing zone down there, and we're going to reduce the power to idle, and we're going to keep our nose up. And we're going to, once we get in the white arc, we're going to give it some flaps. When you hear stall warning horn, you enunciate it to your DE that you hear the stall warning horn, and when you start to feel mushiness, you announce that. It's starting to feel mushy. Have your feet firmly on the rudders, because this is what controls it. Keep the nose up and start easing back on the power. Keep the nose up, keep it up. Right about there. That'll help you stall it. In other words, you got it just above the horizon, from my vantage point.
Here's the stall warning.
Stall warning. Keep the nose up. It's trying to drop on you, see? Keep the nose up. Keep the nose up and you're good. Ease out the power. There you go. Remember, you're doing it with the rudder. You're trying to control it with the rudders. Nice and smooth. You're wandering off to the right?
Yeah.
Okay. A little left, just a little left pressure. A little left aileron. Keep the nose up. You ain't ever going to stall it. There you go, good. Come out with the power. There you go. Keep that nose up. Keep that nose up all the way until it hits the stop. Remember. There you go. That nose back. Keep it up. Put oscillating.
Yeah.
There you go. Remember, do it with your feet. Now, okay. There you recovered now. Full power. If you're going to recover, go ahead and give it full power. Don't let it pitch up real high on you. You got flying speed now. Reconfigure. Reconfigure. There you go. That's the stall recovery. Climb back up to your altitude. Excellent. Yes, it can be a little stressful, but once you do it a little bit more, it'll become easier, okay? Okay, let's try it again.
We're getting so close to the cloud.
Okay, then lower your nose a little bit. We'll solve that. We won't gain any more altitude. Just reduce power, and keep the nose up. It won't climb if you reduce the power. Reduce the power. Reduce the power. Now, are you letting it go that way, or is it going its way on its own?
I was probably letting it go
Okay,
that way.
I want to go back to south. 180.
Okay. Let me give it.
A little more. 180. Your heading bug, 180. Okay, now I want you to hold a heading of 180 and ease this thing into a stall. Power off, flap for landing. Whether it be cruise or landing, I'll accept either or. You don't want it to climb, reduce the power. You're in the white arc, you're good.
I'll pull the nose up.
Yep, just
Pull
about
the
there.
power. Am I pulling the power all the way out?
Yeah, for a power off, yeah. Remember, right, keep it with, don't let it turn on you. This way, you want to go this way, right? 180. Right. Keep your hand on the throttle and a little left rudder. You want to get back to 180. Now, once you get back to 180, straighten it out with the rudders. Straighten it out with the rudders. There. Now, keep the nose up. The nose up. Coming back on the nose. Coming back on the nose. Back on the nose. It'll start bucking. Try to keep it stable with the rudders, not the ailerons. So keep it. Okay, stalled. See how you push the nose down? Yeah. Push the nose down and recover. Full power and reconfigure. That was a good stall. Why did it go that way? More rudder pressure on that side.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, but let go of this. Don't hold it back. Don't freeze on it. Let it down when it starts to stall.
It seems like it, man. It just doesn't want to stall. Like it.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't want to stall. You're right. It's stall resistant. Okay, where are we heading? Let's go this way. Getting close to Murfreesboro now. Okay, have we done ground reference maneuvers?
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's review those a little bit and let you relax on the stalls for a minute. There's your road right there. See it down there?
Directly up under me?
Yep. Go down to about 2,000 feet. Now, remember that we had to introduce it to slip? You got to remember how to slip it?
Where you're turning and the ball's out that way?
Yeah. First you're going to reduce the power. That's right. We're trying to make it come down quickly. So reduce it to idle. Now you're going to look on your side. So you're going to steer with this and your full deflection on the right. So push on the right rudder. Now you want to keep it at about 70 to 70 and then now if it stalls, it's going to flop back this way, wings level, because you have top rudder, and that's what you want.
All right.
And you get to going too fast, if you get going too fast, you just ease up on the nose a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take pressure off of it.
This is my ball, right?
No, here's your ball right here. See, I can put it back in the middle.
Okay.
Okay, we're going down to 2,000. Full rudder. I don't feel full rudder. Full rudder. There you go. Keep your nose down. Well, you're fine. There's where you want to go, so you got to steer with this. Bring it over. Don't be bashful. You got to bring it over. Turn. Look at your nose. Look at your airspeed. There you go. Keep an eye out what you're doing. Don't get fixated on the ground, but don't get going 120 miles an hour either.
All right.
Okay, you're coming up on 2,000. I want you to level out at 2,000 and start doing S turns on this road here.
So why was I giving it full rudder just then to that side?
Because you were slipping it. You were doing a forward slip. I wanted to get you to start slipping it a little bit. comfortable slipping it.
What was that doing though?
It was making us uncoordinated. It was turning our side to the wind and causing us to descend rapidly at idle. Called a forward slip. Okay, there's your road. Let's get your power back in. There you go, towards 2100, 2000 RPMs. Don't let it pitch up on you. Now go ahead and turn. Pick out a point. Remember, you have a point. Here, I'll have maybe that green plump right on the other side of the, you got it way out of trim. Trim it up. You're climbing. Bump the trees. So you're bringing it over. Got your 2000. And we're sort of using that as a wings level point, but we'll sort of go in between. Now pick your point over there. You're trying to do a half circle right around that point. Okay, go ahead.
Alright, I got this water down here.
Okay, 2,000 feet, so you got to have your head on a swivel. Making minor adjustments, looking for traffic, looking at your point, looking at your altitude, looking at your airspeed, make sure everything's in there, looking good. You may have to flatten it, you may have to steepen it up. If it stalls, what do? Lower the nose. Not wings level, lower the nose. Push this forward. Okay, pick you up a point on the other side. Trim it out, make it easy on yourself.
I want the nose up. There we go.
You want it wings level. You don't want it to climb.
Turn around this house right here.
Okay. This is a maneuver that he's going to have you perform on a check ride. He's going to see if you can control the plane. Can you hold altitude? Can you do an S-turn? Can you make adjustments for the wind? So today you should have some wind to make adjustments for. Are you feeling it pushing you a certain way?
A little bit.
Ground speed 91, 90. Got a little rising terrain here, but that's fine. Just keep doing your turn and maintain 2,000. I see the ground speed slowing. Now you got more of a headwind. But you got to flatten it out a little bit. Should be wings level when you come back across the road. And close to 2,000 as possible. Good. Feel it again? It's coming back to you? You look like you're doing a good job. Any questions?
I feel a little bit better about this.
Gain a little speed now because you're being pushed. Remember. As you're being pushed in, so you're going to make an adjustment. You may have to turn a little steeper. Get it back turned around. And as you come across, your wings level. Good. This is called an S-turn. You have to do it at least between 600 and 1,000 AGL. You have to designate an emergency landing zone. You have to do clearing turns. Okay, I want you to do turn around a point now. Find your point, point it out to me, and I want you to do turn around a point.
I feel like we just need to be a little bit higher.
Nope, just ground reference maneuvers.
Oh, all right.
That's what it's called.
What about that lake?
Okay, that's fine. There's two there. Which one? That one? Yeah,
The one we're right now over.
Okay.
Right here by my
Okay.
window.
Okay. The deal is to keep equal distance at 2,000. You've gained 500 feet while you were talking about it.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to come back down, but it just seems like we're so close.
Yeah, ground reference maneuvers. That's why we're so close. Okay, I'm looking, I'm seeing some good distance, that's good. Getting down to your altitude, that's good. Okay, ground speed 93, or 83. 89.3. 85, going into the headwind, coming out of the north. We took off to the north because we got a headwind. Right. There's your ground speed down to 73. Still not at 2,000 though. But you're staying good distance, that's good. What's going to happen when you turn this way? What's the wind going to try to do to you?
Push me in, so I got to
try
flatten out.
Exactly. Should be up around 2,000 RPM. Now it's going to try to climb, so you're going to have to do something. You have to retrim it. We got pretty close in now. See how close you are?
Yeah.
That's fine, but I want you to stay equal distance. You're going to hold that. Getting blown into it. Try it again. Like somebody's got a little cabin on the hill here. Got a little turbulence on the mountain. Okay, we're going to change spots. Go over this way. I don't like to fly around the same place too long. I guess neighbors start getting nervous. Go straight a little bit. Alright. And I want you to pick you up a target on this side. I want you to turn this way this time. Alright. And if you want to stay away from the, I tell you what, I have the controls for a second.
You have the controls.
Okay, now pick something up over here that you can,
By this barn right here.
Okay. Equal distance, that's what I'm looking for. Which barn?
There's a little small one right in here in between. Well, let's do this, the one with the white roof all by itself right over here by the water.
Which roof? Which color?
By the water right here.
Okay. Okay, the barn by the water.
November 2.
Yeah, it's right here by itself in that clump of trees.
Okay, good.
Wind 3307, altimeter 296.
Know where the winds are, know what it's going to do to you. The wind's coming from the north. You have to take a quick look, see where north is, and see you got high speed here. It's pushing you. So you're gonna, as you turn, you're gonna have to steepen up the turn a little to hold it, or you're gonna blow you away from it. Stick and rudder. Don't use one without the other. You lost it?
Oh, I still got it. Trying to get myself set up really and get out around it.
Alright. That's a rocky patch of land there.
There it is out there.
Wind so strong that you'd actually turn away from it? Yeah, it could be. The wind could be so strong you'd actually have to turn away from it. Right. Keep from being blown on top of it. It's called crabbing into the wind. Remember, the wind's coming from the north.
It's coming at me this way right now.
It's going to blow you on top of it if you're not careful. Good altitude control.
Almost on top of it now.
Okay. Remember on the setup, clearing turns between 600 foot and 1,000, and designated emergency landing zone to your DE, your designated examiner. Okay. Go ahead and turn to a heading of 360, climb up to 3,000 feet.
Turn left. Turn left to 360.
Left 360, climb and maintain 3,000. Thank you. Gonna climb, you gotta give some power. Especially if you're gonna try to climb at 1,000 foot. Well, you know, I'm waiting, okay. He's gonna catch up to a plane here in a minute. That's why I said thank you.
I didn't want to give it full power while I was in a turn.
Why's that?
I don't know, I'm scared.
Well, maybe not scared, maybe not sure what's gonna happen.
I'm so scared of stalling this thing, it's not even funny.
Like I said, this is pretty stall resistant airplane. But what stalls the plane? You pulling back on it.
Right.
If you feel like you're gonna stall it, lower the nose. And then get you some good flying speed and then let it climb out. If you got full power and you're going 60, what is it, 76 BY?
BY 68.
This ain't gonna stall. It just ain't gonna stall. Okay, yeah. How much have we talked about the GPS?
A little bit.
Okay, can you do a direct to MQY?
Uh-oh. Screwed something up.
Ain't nothing screwed up. You just change it to the nav 1 page. That's the nav 2 page. That's the nav 2 page. That's the cursor. Okay, let's stop. Direct to, you know what the direct to button looks like? There's an actual button for it. Direct to button. Okay, press it. Okay, it brings up an input screen.
There we go.
Now you got to put the actual identifiers in. Big knob moves it, and the little knob changes the character. Remember, you're still flying the plane, you're maintaining the heading, maintaining altitude. Okay, that's Lebanon. I'll accept Lebanon. Okay, I think I said MQY, but that's okay.
Oh, is that where we're going?
No, not necessarily. I just wanted you to get some practice using the GPS. Okay, now, hit enter. Once you've got it in there, hit enter. It says that KM54 does not exist. You want to create a new waypoint.
Yeah, I guess.
No, you don't.
Oh.
No, you want to go to Mike 54, not K Mike 54. I told you there's a difference. Okay, so just say no. So big cursor, big knob moves it over. Hit enter. Okay, now put in M54. Remember, you're still flying. After one data item, go back to looking. Don't camp out on that GPS. Now, is that where you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay, hit enter. Now, do you want to activate it now, or you just want to? Yes, you want to activate it now. You want to go there now. Okay, now it's giving you a map. You're in the map page. That's page 2. It's giving you a bunch of information. It's telling you the waypoint you're navigating to is Mike 54. D-track, desired track. That's your desired track over the ground to get there. Right now, you don't have your track because it doesn't give it on this page. They don't have it set up. It shows you're 14.4 miles away and you're going a ground speed of 83. So you would want to turn to 335 and you're there. Okay, now, 3,000. We're getting too close to the clouds. Now, remember, this is nav 2. Go to nav 1 page. It'll be a little click. Little knob click over one. And watch the little square move. Okay, that's your nav page. That's a little too aggressive on the throttle. You want to keep it up here in the, yeah.
I heard it change like suddenly. I didn't even touch it.
Oh, really?
Maybe I did touch it.
Okay. Distance, ground speed, desired track, track. You want to match your track with the desired. If you're already on course, you're off course now. So we're going to do an intercept now. Okay, the desired track, see, it was up in there. We'll put the course. Okay, now, if we have deflection out, you've got an intercept. You've got about a 10-degree intercept on it. Okay, let's keep it above 2,000 RPM. Now, notice the course deflection indicators start to coming in a little bit. The ATC comes on and says 7 Delta Charlie, Lebanon's closed. We got a dead deer on the runway. Stay in tension. He's telling you can't go there. You got a dead deer on the runway. So now he wants to know, what do you want to do?
Oh, we'll turn back to Smyrna.
Okay. I'd like to go direct Smyrna.
Direct Smyrna.
Okay, resume on navigation, direct Smyrna, 7 Delta Charlie. So now he's telling you to resume on navigation. You go to Smyrna on your own.
Alright, so then do I need to change it in there or just go ahead and...
Nope, you need to change it in there because you're way away. You don't know how to get there. Remember, what's the first thing you want to do?
Direct to.
Right.
But I can change it now.
It is a K. A KMQY. Remember, don't get camped out on that GPS. You'll look for traffic, monitor your parameters that you got your outspeed, your altitude, your heading. Okay, is that what you want?
Yep.
Enter. Activate. Okay, now it's gonna, now go ahead back to your nav 1 page so you can get your desired track. Now turn to your desired track immediately or you'll start getting off course. So you put your course in there and it lines it up. Okay, what's the first thing you want to do before you go somewhere that you're already navigating? What?
You want to get the weather?
Okay, give me the weather.
Automated weather observation, 195, 6 Zulu, wind 330, at 11 gusts, 17, visibility 10, Sky condition 3,400 scattered. Temperature 26 Celsius. Dew point 17 Celsius. Altimeter 2,998. Remarks, density altitude 1,800.
How far are we away from Smyrna?
Automated weather.
We are 13.4 miles.
6 Zulu.
Good.
Wind 3.
How long before we get there? We at present heading and altitude and speed.
9 minutes and 22 seconds.
3,400 scattered.
Based on the altimeter setting you had in the GPS, it thinks we're at 4,500. No, hold it. MSA. That's the
Altitude 1,800.
the medium safe altitude, minimum safe altitude. Yeah, disregard that. That's for airport.
Automated weather observation.
Okay. Okay, now I want you to turn to a heading of north, and I want you to reduce speed to 60 knots. Maintain 3,000. I'll see what you get on this. I want you to practice slow flight one more time and do some maneuvering in it. Remember, slow flight is you're getting ready to land, so you can configure for landing. Remember, it has to be in the white arc to use the flaps. 60 knots. Maintain 3,000. As soon as you see you're losing altitude, what do you need to do? Pitch up and what? It's what we call a trade. Look, we're going to get our altitude back and look at our airspeed. That's dropping. Right, okay, so now you're going to have to come back on the power a little bit. Got too much power out. You're not going to be able to hold 3,000 at 60 knots. I'm going to let go of it. Your airplane.
I have the controls.
Knots. Give it some power so it'll climb. Hold your pitch for 60. Let's see if that'll put you in a climb. Wings level. 360. Don't get going fast, but it needs you. There you go. Got airspeed and altitude. Trade. 360. Good. Now give me 60 knots.
There we go.
Okay, get it stabilized and trimmed. I want you to do a right 360. Tank angle, your discretion. If it stalls, what do you do?
Put the nose down.
There you go. Don't worry about getting the wings level. Get the nose down. In the wings level. Don't climb on me either. 60 knots, 3,000, right turn.
Why is it still wanting to climb?
Too much power, too much pitch. Or a combination of both. What is this?
I'm not sure.
Compass card.
Oh.
So you have this set up. Okay, notice our amps are back to 0, which is good. Like we may have got a charge. Okay, notice at 2 o'clock there's an object here. That's the racetrack. I want you to head towards the racetrack. bit, about 5 more degrees to the right. And maintain 3,000 at 60 knots. Okay, we've got our weather. Okay, you're going to call up Smyrna, and you're going to tell them that you're east of the racetrack, a couple of miles. Inbound, landing Smyrna, full stop.
Have the racetrack dead in front of me?
Yep.
Over to my left?
I think so. Yeah, just a little, yeah. That's it.
You want me to go ahead and call Smyrna?
Okay. Yes, but you know what you're going to say?
Smyrna, 7 Delta Charlie, inbound. I mean, over the racetrack.
So you're not over the racetrack.
No.
East of the racetrack.
Okay. So, am I calling Smyrna Tower?
Smyrna Tower.
Smyrna Tower, 267 Delta Charlie, east of the racetrack, landing inbound Smyrna.
Landing full stop Smyrna.
Full stop Smyrna.
You know, if you're talking to him and you're landing full stop, he knows you're inbound. Now be ready to write, because he's going to give you instructions. And it's going to be something like this. 62 Delta Charlie, enter right base for runway 1. Enter right base for runway 32. Enter left base for runway 19er. Something like that. So be ready to copy it down. Be ready to read it back to him. It may not be a base. He may give you some other thing. He may enter center. Enter left downwind or right downwind for runway 1. You know? So be prepared to copy and read back. And I will let you go back to 2,000 RPMs and accept whatever speed. Don't climb, don't descend. When you're ready to make your call.
Alright, so Smyrna Tower, 67 Delta Charlie, approaching the racetrack.
East of the racetrack.
East of the racetrack, landing Smyrna. Good, that's it. And I'm on 118.5, which is tower, right?
Yep.
Alright.
Key up before you talk. In other words, key up before you talk. In other words, sometimes students they start to talk before they actually key up, or they key up and start talking at the same time. You got to give it a chance to kick through.
Alright. Smyrna Tower, 267 Delta Charlie, east of the racetrack, landing Smyrna.
November 267 Delta Charlie, Smyrna Tower, verifying 9 miles east, 2,800.
Correct. Affirmative.
Affirmative. 267 Delta Charlie.
November 7 Delta Charlie, report a 2-mile right base, runway 32, wind 3307, altimeter 2996.
Get that?
Right base, runway 32, 267 Delta Charlie.
2-mile right base.
2 mile right base, 7 Delta Charlie.
Okay. I may have tried to talk the same time you did. Okay, so now get your card out, get your taxi chart out, look at your GPS or wherever and figure out where Smyrna is at and turn towards it.
What am I doing now?
Okay. You may be able to do this in your mind. Do you know how to get in a right base for runway 32?
I need to go left of the airport.
Huh?
I need to go to the left of the airport.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Alright.
Yes, you're going to have to be left to get in a right base for runway 32. Here's another way. You're in a westerly heading. Westerly heading. Here's runway 32. You're going to have to turn more this way to get in a right base. In order to be in a right base, where does runway 32 have to be? Has to be right here.
Right, so that's got to be right here.
Yep. Then you would be in a right base. Now, where's the airport? You don't want to navigate too far away. Point the airport out.
The airport is like over there.
That's right. That's Nissan. You don't want to overfly Nissan. You're climbing. You're getting ready to land. Now, you want to start a slow descent. You want to get into descent attitude. What's traffic pattern altitude?
1,500.
Okay, is it 1,500 or 1,600?
11 and 600, 1,600.
Okay, 1,500 then. Here we go.
Says it on this sheet, doesn't it?
It does.
1,500.
There you go. Okay, so start your descent. Get yourself in a right base for runway 32. And think about doing a checklist. We're going to go ahead and turn this on. Get ready to land. So a lot of things going on. I'm trying to push you through it. Get your checklist out.
All right.
Know where the airport's at and know you want to be in a right base.
What is that green patch in front of us? That's not the airport,
That's
is it?
the airport.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's why you got to get going. You got to get moving.
All right.
You're 5 miles away, 6 miles away.
Normal landing, or before landing, seat belts are secured.
Secured.
Mixture is still up at full rich, and lights is required, which we got the landing lights on, and the
Good.
strobe lights are still on.
Good. What else? Okay, get us in a right base. Now the thing is to try to pick up the right runway and make sure you line up on it. Now, right now, if you get in a right base, it's at a 90 degrees to us, and so it's going to be coming off of this angle here. I can see it.
Right, and it's pretty much that angle.
Right, and that's the first one you come to, correct? If you got this thing set up right. Now we're heading at, you're 240. So you're at about a heading like this. To get to runway 1, you have to go past runway 32. Better get yourself down. You can jam yourself up big time.
Okay, report on 2 miles.
2 miles. 2 mile right base. So when you see a, basically once you get in the traffic pattern, if you don't get this thing down, you're going to really mess this landing up. Got to come to idle to get down. Do it.
I'm at idle now.
Okay. What's another arsenal you can use? Flip. You could flip it, couldn't you? But you're coming down nicely. I think you'll be all right.
What do I need to be at?
Okay, first of all, you don't want to go over Nissan, so let's come in a little bit. Flip it. Here we got high rudder, high rudder. And you go down to 1,000. We're actually going to go down lower because, so we're going to go about 200 foot lower than that, so we're going to go down to about 1,300 because we're already in base. Okay, go ahead and report a 2 mile. 2 mile right base.
What do I say?
Establishing a 2 mile right base, runway 32.
My name, 2 mile right base, runway 32.
Sign it at the end.
So I don't say my name first?
Nope.
So 2 mile final.
2 mile right base.
2 mile right base for runway 32, 267 Delta Charlie.
November 7 Delta Charlie, runway 32, clear to land.
Cleared to land, 67 Delta Charlie, runway 32. I should have
Clear to land, runway 32, Delta Charlie. Okay, now, get yourself squared up. Right base now, right base.
I need to be back over this way.
Yep. All right, now, have you got to slow down and carry? Okay, good. At this point, you can put in your first degree of flaps. Looks like you're already in it. Okay. Okay, we've lost about the proper amount of altitude, so you want to hold on to your altitude by giving just a little power.
Why do I still feel like we're slipping? We're going this way.
Because you could have too much pressure on the rudder one way or the other. Keep your nose down or you'll burn your speed off. Okay, now you're looking, this is where ground reference maneuvers takes over. You see your runway. You want a nice, crisp turn, like a 30-degree bank, almost 30-degree bank, and roll out on final. So when you think you can do it, you do it.
Go ahead and turn.
At your discretion. So you could roll out on final. Your nose down. You're letting this thing descend. You're going to land it. Keep your nose down. Come out with the power a little bit now. You got constantly reconfiguring. You're getting high. We're going to give you other degree of flaps. Watch for the pitch. Watch for the pitch. Okay, idle. Keep your nose down. The wind's trying to blow you off.
A little bit.
Okay, you got to turn into it.
I don't like that.
Got to come on down. Looking good. Get yourself lined up on the center line. Got your feet off the brakes and on the rudders. That one ain't on the rudder. Get your feet on the rudders.
Traffic.
Okay, put your hand on the throttle.
All right.
Okay, now bump up the throttle just a little bit. Now you get into the glide zone. See the glide slope? Red, 2 rights, 1 red? Okay.
All right.
Okay, you've got 60 knots. Now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep it lined up. Notice that we got to have pressure on this way or we're getting blown off. If we take it out, we're getting blown off.
All right.
Keep the throttle in there a little bit.
More.
A little bit more. We got a pretty good crosswind. You just let me handle this one, okay? I have the throttle.
All right.
Okay, sort of stay on it, stay on it. No, the other hand, No. Okay, you're right, I'm sorry. Okay, now I'm easing my power out. Easing my power out. I'm trying to get on the center line. Power out. And the power out. The power out. I'm into the crosswind. Trying to blow me over. I got it all the way into the crosswind.
November 7 Delta Charlie, turn left at Alpha, cross runway 1, taxi to Park the Alpha Juliet, monitor the ground point 4.
Okay, monitor ground point 4, and we'll turn left on Alpha, cross runway 1 on the Juliet. 6 Delta Charlie.